You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm my friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. Roll with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lanes. And it's Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. And if we don't play, our wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's OH. Somebody please give this brother an IO. Come on.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. Got another big show for you today. Obviously, the Buckeye recruiting is on a heater like no other that we have never seen here at Ohio State. And we taking care of business on the field. Ryan Day had a press conference today. Going to go over a few things there that he talked about. A new commit in the 27 class. Another commit coming up in the 26 class to finish that off. We'll end up about the number 4 class in the nation. So, sounds like when we said back in the summer when you're taking official visits, everybody relax, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. That's coming to fruition. And these recruiting classes are on an absolute heater right now. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys for showing up. You're stuck with me and me alone tonight. Tried to get a couple other people on here. Everybody was busy, so might be a little bit of a shorter show, but I wanted to come on here, talk to you guys, obviously with the new commitment, stuff like that, and a few other things that I've heard. Had a long conversation today with the source from inside the Woody about some injuries going on the team, and obviously what is being talked about around the nation with Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith. So I'm going to update y'all a little bit there. I'm sure you guys have already heard the updates, but I'm going to give you what I got on it. Yeah, Mark Tinker is right here. Tink, get out of the trash. Get out of there. Back here sniffing around the trash. Tink, come here. Come here. T, say hi. They wanted to say hi to you. No, I don't need kisses. Okay. This is Tinker. She's one of the newest members of the Buckeye family. She's wild. So I'm going to upload the video of her, what she was just doing. She grabs Caleb's coming on tomorrow, Elijah. So did I screw that up yesterday? Did I tell everybody Caleb was coming on tonight? If I did, I'm very sorry. He's coming on tomorrow. It's always been that, and that's confirmed as well. So sorry, Elijah, who will be on tomorrow, though. But she takes a golf ball all the way up to the top of the staircase and drops it and chases it back down. And she just keeps doing that over and over and over again. So she's a wild one for sure. But let's see, what do we want to dive into first? All right, let's dive into this injury thing, right? Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith. We've told you, and I've told you at the conversations that I've had about Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith that it's not an injury like we're thinking. Everybody wants to bring up the Jackson Smith and Jigba situation that we had a few years ago. This is nothing like that. Carnell Tate, like we said before, could have played in Purdue and could have played in the last game, in the UCLA game, but just decided to sit out. So, like, he's dang near at 100, as close to 100% as you could get. That's confirmed. That's not a guess. I should tell you guys I called and talked to Carnell myself. Not going to tell you that because I didn't do that. But that is confirmed. Carnell Tate, good to go. Will he play in Rutgers? I don't know. I expect that he will, believe it or not. I expect both JJ and Carnell probably will play a little bit in the game. As far as JJ Smith goes, everybody wants to talk about him limping off the field the way he was. And yes, when I first saw that, I was like, oh boy, that's pretty crazy. But he's also fine. Just getting to the end of the season where players have, gone through these games. They got some nagging injuries. And I tuned in a little bit to B. Moses. He brought up a good point. If you've ever played sports before, right? And you go, even when I was younger, man, you get real warmed up, start sweating and all that stuff. And then you go sit a little bit on the sideline and it was cold like that. You're going to limp a little bit. And he had some stuff wrapped up on his leg as well. So this is not what people are making it out to be. And I understand that the trust thing with the injuries, Ryan Day is not very forthcoming with the information. He got asked in 5 different ways today in the press conference, and he said, hey, I'm not going to talk about that today. People still wanted to ask, and I understand why, but it couldn't possibly be confirmed anymore. Like, the only other thing I could do is call Carnell and Jeremiah and ask them myself. But yes, they are. They're good. The question is, guys, let me ask you this. If you were Ryan Day, would you play JJ and Carnell? Let's say they're 100%. Okay, let's say we haven't dealt with any injuries at all. For the Purdue, UCLA, and Rutgers run, how much would you have played them anyway? Wouldn't we have wanted these guys in the secondary or in the second string to get some reps? Because I have a feeling, right? What if it was the opposite? What if the Purdue game, JJ and Carnell played the entire time, and then UCLA, JJ and Carnell play the entire time, and then in the Rutgers game coming up, Carnell and JJ play the entire time? I bet you I would be included in this list. I would be saying, why the heck are we playing these guys this much in these games? We don't need them in these games. Number one, I want them to be rested and fresh for the playoffs and for the scum game. And number two, I want these guys behind them to get more reps, which is exactly what the coaches are doing. So instead of trying to find out this injury thing and being scared about it, look at it like that. Like, realistically, if it was the other way around, we would probably be saying, dang, man, I wish Ryan Day wouldn't be playing these guys this much. You saw them take Carnell or Caleb Downs out in the second half. So that's the last time, right? I'm going to be talking about that. I've asked everybody that I could possibly ask, and I get the same answer from everybody, that everything is fine. This is just more precautionary than anything. If the Buckeyes, went into halftime and it was tied for the UCLA game or for the Purdue game, Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith would have been out there, right? So not much to worry about there. The other thing is the Josh Padilla thing, right? The right guard situation with Tegra. And at first it was Josh Padilla, right, that was coming in and splitting reps with him a little bit. And obviously, Tegra, out of all the offensive linemen, struggles more than the other ones. And when Josh Padilla got in the game, I mean, per PFF, he is the highest ranked one. Shout out Brian, Buckeye Stats on X. He's really good at breaking down all these stats and stuff. But Padilla was the one. Well, then he got injured, and we got told that, he was back practicing stuff. What I got from Ryan Day today was I don't expect Josh Padilla to be back, right, for the Rutgers game, rotate in and out. I think that's going to be more a Gabe Van Sickle type situation where they're rotating those guys in and out. Ryan Day did say today, we're not going to rotate 3, right? So if Josh Padilla gets healthy and can play, Gabe Van Sickle's healthy and can play, and Tegra's healthy and can play, they don't really want to rotate 3 in there. But I think we have several options at the right guard position. I have personally been a big fan of Ethan at the right guard position, Ethan Anianwa, but I've heard some people with some takes that not very good at the guard position. When he first came in, he's been playing tackle his entire career, so not real used to the position. But either way it goes, I think the UCLA game looked a lot better, right? People are giving a lot of credit to Gabe Van Sickle, which he should get credit for that. Tegra missed some blocks there, but also the coaches and the play calling is coming together as well, right? So schematically, what these coaches are calling, the plays they are calling, it has a lot to do with how good this offensive line looks. If they're going to call a play that takes a long time to develop and the offensive line's got to hold back pass rushers for a long time, obviously there's more of a chance for a pass rusher to get through. In the run game, they're starting to figure out, and some people keep talking about, hey, if you don't have it figured out this late in the season, then that's not a good sign. I completely disagree with that because I think there's other variables that go into this. I don't look at it as, hey, it's this late in the season. I look at it as, hey, who are we playing? Okay, so yeah, we're playing our 9th, 10th, and 11th game in the season, but it's Purdue, UCLA, and Rutgers. Okay, so those are the games that we can try different things, try different schemes, and try to figure some things out. Those are extra scrimmages. I don't look at it as, hey, we're this far along in the season. I think the coaches are doing these things schematically and player personnel to get the best players on the field and to find out what these players are best at running. And I know that sounds like an obvious statement to make, but I think sometimes I got to take a step back and realize that. So long story short, I think when the rubber meets the road, these coaches have the play calling down for the run game schematically. They've got figured out, okay, which offensive linemen are best at doing what, okay? And the same with pass protection, different things like that. So injury related, Josh Padilla is the only one that I don't have a lot of accurate information on whether he's going to be able to rotate in and out with Tigre or not. But we do have Gabe Van Sickle and Ethan there as well. Our wide receivers, if we need them to play, they're going to play. That's just what there is to it. Both of them will be playing for the Scum game, which I am glad to hear. Speaking of the Scum game, man, that thing's coming up, dude. If you noticed, go check out the thumbnail. Got Brutus and Ryan Day sitting around a fire, roasting, just the whole SEC and maybe a certain other team because we're getting towards that game. And my confidence is actually growing when we get to that game. But I'm not going to dive into that one yet. I'm sure I'll do plenty of videos on that game. Last year we did a 6-hour live stream the day before the game. I don't think we're going to do that, but we might do like a 2 or 3 one where I have a bunch of different Buckeye shows on here talking about the Scum game. You guys aren't going to like this, but I also invite some of the other side on as well to give us their take of the game. So get prepared for that one. The Friday night before the game, we'll be on here for a long time. I'll have a big list of guests coming on talking about the game. So I'll let you guys know the closer we get to it. So that's the update on the injury information that I have. All is well, all is good. I've been getting texts all day from people that keep asking me the same question every day. So they good to go, man. This Ohio State coaching staff and medical staff, they're really, really successfully navigate this 12-team playoff, right? This coaching staff's the only staff in the country that has successfully navigated it all the way through and took home the trophy, right? So whatever plan Ryan Day and this medical staff and whatever other staff have in for this playoff run, because I can only imagine they went through it last year, and now this year they're just honing in on those details, making some changes from time to time, right, to get the most out of this team that they possibly can in the playoffs, because that's when it matters most. Okay, here we go. We on to it, man. There has been a commitment dang near every single day this week, and I am absolutely loving it, man. This one, if you guys watch this channel, if you follow Scoop at all, you know this kid has been a Buckeye. We told you he was going to commit to the Buckeyes. He committed to the Buckeyes. On that note, real fast, I did take an L with my Buckeye booms. I had Kevin Brown. I knew I was making that prediction prematurely. I had a discussion with a player, actually, that was with Kevin Brown on his visit, and the player was telling me the things that Kevin Brown was saying on his commitment, and I just got emotional, wanted to be a Buckeye, so I was like, I'm going to put it in. But I never changed my picks. I missed on that one, but luckily have hit on a lot of other ones since then. The Eli Johnson, waiting on another one, CJ Borno, number 74 player in the nation, one of the fastest players in the 26 class, waiting on him to commit as well. But today, we got a commitment in the 2027 class. Brody McNeil, offensive lineman out of Virginia. I'm about to play his highlight tape right now. And if you look at this 27 class right now, according to Rivals, we have the number 70 player nationally, the number 4 interior offensive lineman from Liberty, Ohio, Kellen Weimer, committed. And now we have the number 125 player nationally and the number 5 interior offensive lineman committed, and Brody McNeil, who was 6'5", 270 pounds. So, and we also have Mason Wilt, who is an absolute weight room junkie, and he is as strong as they come. So, bro, Coach Bowen heating up on this offensive lineman recruiting, the number 4, the number 5 interior offensive lineman in the 27 class already. And then we got Khalil Johnson out of Ohio, too, a big-time tackle that I have a prediction in to be a Buckeye. He's been on the show. We talked to him. So several things. Tomorrow, I'm going to save all that. I got a lot of 27 recruits to talk about and stuff. But tomorrow, when Caleb is on here, we're going to dive really deep into all that stuff. So Brody McNeil, here we go. You see his film right now. He is very aggressive, finishes his block, seems like a perfect Big Ten offensive lineman. I love it. He was at Ohio State 3 times since June. The last time he was down there, his sister actually plays volleyball for Dayton. And he came down to watch her play volleyball. His mom's from Dayton as well. So there are some hot Ohio connections there, but got Brody in the class early. He's excited to be a Buckeye, man. I read a couple of his interviews, so that's super exciting. The top 100 player talking about in the title that I made is CJ. Got another phone conversation today. I would expect by Friday that trigger is going to get pulled. But, I don't know. So I just tell you guys the conversations that I have, and that's what I had there. I did speak with Braxton Rembrandt today. I'm going to be speaking with him a little more. That's the 4-star linebacker that just committed to the Buckeyes. Like I said, the Buckeyes, people are wondering, he's 6'5", 6'6", got a lighter frame. I will tell you the brief conversation we have that the Buckeyes really aren't into putting him in a position right now. They're into telling him, hey, get here for a year and a half, develop. Let's see what your body does. Let's see what skill sets, right, you really hone in on. And then we'll start to figure that out. But super athletic, super lengthy player that can be utilized as more of the outside linebacker role. If he puts on a lot of weight, I don't see it happening, but could switch to the defensive end role. But the Buckeyes, this is one of those, hey, let's get you in the program. You're a beast everywhere. The kid plays safety, linebacker, defensive line. He plays all over the field for his high school team, is just a top athlete as well. Sorry, had to yell at Tink for a second. So that's awesome as well. Like I said, these Buckeyes, man, it's really cool what they're doing because this isn't something the Buckeyes normally do. Okay, if you're a Buckeye fan that follows recruiting, it's normally they get their class locked down, right? In summer, during the official visits, like it's mostly locked down then. And if we get any commits late before signing day or even on signing day, and maybe 2 or 3. And sometimes it's to make up for the kids that are leaving our class. Well, this year, man, I'm telling you, they shifted what they wanted to do. They backed off a little bit in the summer, right? Why? Told you this 100 times. Hey, good night, Liz. Because Big John Brody was not a surprise. Like I said, it might have been a week ago now. Actually, it was on Thursday or Friday of last week. I came on here and told you, there's going to be 2 2027 booms, Brody and Eli. They're going to be both of them. But what was I talking about? So they changed their strategy up, man. And like I said, I've told you 100 times, it's because when you got to make a big time investment in these players anymore. And we have seen in previous classes, the Buckeyes do that. We have seen the Buckeyes go to all these official visits, bring recruits in for official visits, travel across the country, put a lot of time in, get the kid committed early, just for another team to swoop in late, Neem Alford's an example, just for a team to swoop in late and steal them with money. So the Buckeyes said, nah, I'm done with that. They were not giving the kids like their top money evaluations during the summer. They wanted to wait, see their high school film, make sure they had all the information, and then they went after these guys in this class hard, like really hard. Another thing they're changing up is they didn't press too much for commitments during visits. We know a lot of other teams do that, okay? There's several teams we could list right now that, man, when kids come on officials, they really put the pressure on for them to commit. Clemson's one of those schools for sure. The Buckeyes were not, because they were always under the mentality, hey, if you want to be a Buckeye, you'll be here, okay? Not going to put a lot of pressure there. That has changed, man. They've upped the pressure they put on these kids to commit. Obviously, they still want to be a Buckeye, but they're just getting a little bit more aggressive in the recruiting realm, and I absolutely love to see it. And we're seeing the results of that right now in the 26 class and in the 27 class. And this is a really good question to bring up, Charles. With so many recruits, I'm curious how aggressive we'll be in the portal. Well, Ryan Day hit on that, okay? And let me remind you guys, hey, good night, Mark. Let me remind you guys, there's only one portal opening this year, and that is like January. It's right in the middle of the playoffs. So if you make it to the second or third round of the playoffs, that's the only opening you have in the portal, okay? And if you're playing a game, you are going to be getting ready for the game. You're not going to have a lot of time, right, to scour the nation for players that you need, and you're also not really going to have a good grasp on exactly what players you need, because your team's still playing and players haven't made the decision on whether they're going to enter the portal or not. So you don't know if you have a third string linebacker leave at that time. You're not going to know if he's going to leave, and you're not going to know what your needs are in the portal, okay? And then also, let's say you stay in the finals, you keep winning. Well, 5 days after your last game, if the portal was closed, for 5 days it is open for your team, meaning that players on your team can enter the portal and every other team in the nation can scour your roster. Okay? So it's really messed up this year. So how does that affect recruiting? Man, Ryan Day said it, that it's up in the air. They have no idea whether they're going to be able to even use the portal like they want to. So what are they doing? They're making sure they fill the holes in recruiting. That's what they're doing. That's another reason for the uptick in the aggression of the Buckeyes in this 26 recruiting class, is because they don't know whether they're going to be getting ready for a playoff game when the portal opens. You know, they don't. And after the 5 days after you win, if one of your players leaves, guess what? The portal window is already closed. So if one of your players leave, you do not have another opportunity to go in and fill that hole from the player that just left. So the NCAA really screwed the teams that are going to be in the playoffs as far as the transfer portal goes. So the Buckeyes are, I expect the 26 class to reach 30, 31 recruits. We got 28 right now. There'll be 29 with CJ. And I still expect one or two the McKinley brothers. I know that the Buckeyes have a realistic shot at the McKinley brother that's committed to LSU right now. That would make 5 defensive tackles in this class. But keep in mind that he also has a 5-star brother, sophomore, that plays for LSU. And during the recruiting visit, right, he came in, the brother, Dominic McKinley, came and visited the Buckeyes in June, whatever his year was. And one of the things that his parents said that was really important to them was that they can come to the same school and watch both their boys play football. Okay? So I believe it's a big-time want from the McKinleys that whatever school the younger brother and he was a 5-star, like number 15 player nationally, big-time defensive lineman. And with what's going on with LSU right now, with the coaching changes, we don't know what's going to happen there. So we'll see, right? There's the Buckeyes have a bigger chance there than I think a lot of people realize. So that's one that's kind of, flying under the radar a little bit. We'll see if the Buckeyes can make that happen. Kind of a 2-for-1 special. Get the younger brother, then hopefully pick up the older brother in the portal. Then also some other big-time fish, man. The Buckeyes are going to be throwing offers at some big-time fish committed elsewhere. And they're going to wait and see how the season ends for certain teams. USC's one of them. See how it ends. I know there's still contact between the Buckeyes and a couple defensive ends at USC. There's still contact going back and forth. And you never know, right? You just literally never know what's going to happen in today's college football. It's kind of wild. So Buckeyes getting way, way, way more aggressive on the recruiting trail. And I'm still convinced that we're going to wake up one day and there's going to be an article or a tweet somewhere about the Buckeyes being in on another 26 recruit that nobody has talked about, that nobody had any idea the Buckeyes were still in on, because there's some of these names that popped up out of the blue, right? The Dre Quinn, Braxton Rembrandt, like those things happen fast. Jay Timmons, I had him on the show, and the first time the Buckeyes reached out was 3 weeks before he committed. The first time, like the first contact the Buckeyes had with Jay Timmons was 3 weeks before he committed. Okay, so that's how aggressive the Buckeyes are being. That should tell you everything you need to know. But that's it, guys. That's it. Does anybody in the chat want to come on here and say anything? You want me to put the link in the chat? You got something to say? You want to come on here? I will do that. I'll see if anybody in the chat says yes. But that's all I got right now. Kentucky, Oregon is going to win. They're going to rush the ball all over USC. But you never know, man. We've seen Oregon not show up in a game or two before. I do know that. Yeah, chocolate chip Scoochie. That whole portal thing, I'm telling you, it's got Ryan Day's not happy about it at all. I mean, it's just, I don't know how you can be the NCAA and change the portal to that date. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of wild. Let us know a little about your guest coming on tomorrow, Caleb Longhurst. Great young man. He's part of the Scoop message board over there. Got a lot of contacts in the recruiting world. And, I got to know him by, how you see all these different, Buckeye Twitter accounts try to post about, hey, I got intel on this recruit or this recruit or this recruit. Well, I pay attention to a couple of them, and I always paid attention to Caleb. And he seemed to get a lot right. So I reached out to him one day, started to build a relationship with him. Well, then, I started working for Scoop. He started working for Scoop. And, now we talk every now and again. I see his posts on the message board. He's got great insight, talks to the recruits. He's a grinder, man, on his own, just grinding this thing out, doing a lot of work for Buckeye Nation. Caleb is a very, very, very good young man, very good at what he does. Go follow him on Instagram and Twitter. Go look at his stuff. His graphics that he makes for these recruits are absolute fire as well. So I'm excited for the show. Like I said, he's going to have, a lot of details on the Buckeyes, this 26 class, the 27 class. So it's going to be great, man. Thanks for that, Charles. 247 coming up with their updated recruiting rankings tomorrow. I'm very curious to see because, man, Con 3, bro. I'm still flabbergasted that Con 3 moved Caden Dixon and their updated things they just did do not have Caden Dixon White as a top 300 player in the nation. I'm just absolutely, it just doesn't make sense, man. And Maxwell Riley as well. Maxwell Riley. They do not have, Maxwell Riley's like nominated for Ohio Offensive Lineman of the Year and all kind of stuff. And he's not up there either. So those are the only two I'm really mad about. Simeon Caldwell got got down. He's ranked number 118 on 247. He's kind of a tweener, right? Safety, linebacker, very, very good athlete, but that makes it hard to really gauge him. I'm not too upset. He's not in the top 300. The development here, he'll get it in. Emmanuel Ruffin, they have him outside the top 300. And he could very easily be in, but I'm not too upset there. Brock Boyd. But I'm telling you, Caden Dixon-White and Maxwell Riley being outside of the top 300 in the new Con 3 rankings is, either A, it goes to show you how hard it is to do those rankings, or B, it goes to show you how much politics is involved in this, or C, they're just not smart. The people that chose to rank those players individually, they're just not smart. I don't think they're not smart. I think they're pretty good at what they do for the most part. But man, those two players there, that's just ludicrous. Getting it set up, Chris Henry Jr. and Caden Dixon-White. I'm hoping to get them on here at the same time together. I'm going to get Caden's mom back on here too. You guys will love her, man. You'll absolutely love her. She was on here before. So, yeah, they did move Legend Bay up to 140. Like I said, they moved some guys up. But listen, don't get it twisted, Buckeye Nation. They dropped our class overall, okay? Like, Rivals had our class with more points before. They gave us 3 5-stars, but dropped everybody else. So our overall class actually went down. And then, Georgia's class bumped up a lot. Dude, these recruiting rankings, like I said, I don't really pay much attention to them. Like I said before, man, if you go watch the number 200 player in the nation and the number 500 player in the nation's film, it's going to be hard to really differentiate which one's which. It really, really is. You have a select few. There's always that, number. Like for me, I think really the biggest difference is I think the top 50, right? If you watch the number 50 player in the nation's film and you go watch the number 150s player in the nation's film, I think you might be able to see a little difference, but not that much. But if you go watch number 50 and you go watch 200, you're going to see a difference. There's going to be a difference there. Unless you happen to watch Caden Dixon-White's film, and then you go watch the number 5 receiver in the nation, whoever that is, and you're going to be like, oh, Caden Dixon-White's number 5 for sure. Yeah, no, he's not. So. Scoochie, I'm going to look into that. I didn't know that. They changed the portal strictly for the SEC only because their second portal window rule. I'm going to look into that. I don't even know what that is. But I'll look at. Yeah, Steely. Yeah, she was, dude. I'm telling you, she's awesome. I met her in person a couple times. It's great, man. She's great. It's going to be a good time. But as of now, Brady Edmonds scheduled for Thursday. Got Caleb coming on tomorrow. Don't know if I'll do a show on Friday or not. We'll see. Yeah, Brock Boyd. He's another one, but I just don't want to sound like I'm like those are the two on my list. I think Brock Boyd would be number 3 that I would complain about. Then Emmanuel Ruffin. Emmanuel Ruffin's senior film he's a big time defensive lineman. But it all gets proven on the field. I mean, Jalen McClain, Ohio State's number 1 team starting safety, was a 3-star. All right. So, and we can talk about those all day long. And plus the development at Ohio State is elite as well. So, all righty. All right, guys. I'm trying to debate. What time's the Rutgers game this weekend? Let's find out. Actually, I'm not even going to look. Chat, I know you'll tell me. What time's the Rutgers game? I'm trying to decide whether I should do a big noon. Should I do a live show? Should we come on here and chat and watch the game together? Ken Taco, whose actual rating? Caden Dixon-Wyatt's on 247. He's the 60th player nationally. 60th. Yeah, I don't think Rivals. I don't think Rivals gives them a thing. Yeah, hey, check this out. Brock Boyd. In Brock Boyd's career, he has 2,693 yards, 15.9 yards per play, 27 touchdowns. You guys want to know what Brock Boyd's statistics this year, his senior year? You ready? Senior year, Brock Boyd. 1,868 yards and 19 touchdowns. 1,868 yards and 19 touchdowns. All right, Pinky. So the show's on now. But remember, I did this before. I couldn't find it. Let me see something here. Let me see if I can. Can I pull it up on my computer and watch it? Can you do that? Log in. E-Watch. Top 25. Man. Nope. Can't watch it. Yeah, Chance, Division II in Texas. Yeah, he plays some good competition there, man. It's the same. He plays the same division Riley Pettyjohn played in. So, there we go. But, I don't even know if I want to say this or not, but it's not he doesn't play in the best, the best. And his schedule wasn't that hard this year, but Brock Boyd is a dog. And I'm not worried about none of that, man. There's rankings. They just mean absolutely nil. They don't mean anything. They're great talking points for this show and for between us fans. They're great, but they don't mean a thing, man. They don't mean anything. Yeah, Kentako, I told you. I don't know if you heard me about Caden. He's ranked the number 60 player nationally on 247. The Rivals industry ranking has him as the number 19 wide receiver and the number 144 player nationally. That's respectable, but I'm telling you right now, Caden Dixon-Wyatt is a top 10 wide receiver in this class. He is up there with Chris Henry Jr. Like, there are things about Caden's game that is better than Chris Henry Jr.'s game, and that is coming from Ohio State. Okay, so Ohio State has Caden Dixon-Wyatt on their top 2. Like, they got their number 1 and their number 2 target this year, which is wild. I want to keep staying on. Yeah, guys, keep updating me on the rankings here. And thank you for doing that. Is it somewhere on YouTube? I bet you it is, right? Bama at 10, Notre Dame at 9. Okay. This is weird. Oh, I think it's airing on CBS, isn't it? So I can actually watch it. Must not be. Bama went down to 10, Notre Dame at 9, Oklahoma 8. Oklahoma's a sneaky team, guys. Oklahoma's a sneaky team. Oregon, number 7. Okay. Chad, is Ohio State still number 1, you think? You think they'll move Ohio State down? No, they won't. Man, I got it pulled up here, but it's not. Yeah, we should be number 1. Number 6, Ole Miss. Man, that ain't giving me nothing. All right, yeah, I see it. Ole Miss number 6. Here we go. Let's keep on watching it. I'm real curious about Texas Tech as well. I'd love to see them play somebody. Georgia 4, A&M 3, Indiana number 2, Ohio State number 1. That will finish it off there. Georgia is actually playing some big time football right now, man. They stomped the brakes out of Texas, man. Absolutely stomped them. And they're playing some good football, man. Playing some good football. Georgia, I believe, would stomp Texas A&M. I'm not sold on A&M whatsoever. Like, not even a little bit. Like, not even at all. They remind me of Miami. Texas A&M reminds me of Miami last year. Does anybody agree with that? Like, they won some games they shouldn't have won. They kept getting built up into this super team, and lo and behold, you don't even make the playoffs. Yes, they have pride. 0 defense. I mean, yeah, only in that regard, the natural, they remind me of Miami. Won some games they shouldn't have won, and everybody is blowing them up like they're some super team, and they're just not at all. I'm going to stay on here till the rankings are over, and then I'm going to shut her down. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I don't really have anything else to say, to be honest with you. The Buckeyes are the number 1 team in the nation. Ryan Day's the best coach in the nation. Mick Mariotti's the best, weight coach in the nation. No, A&M doesn't scare me at all. We should be able to. I'll dive into this a little bit too. I've been looking into Rutgers a little bit. Ohio State rushed all over UCLA. They should be able to do the same thing in the Rutgers game. Scum plays Maryland this weekend. But unfortunately, Maryland has like the worst run defense in the Big Ten, I believe. If not, they're close. But we'll see. I want Maryland to win. I just want Maryland to win. For sure. I never want Scum to win a game ever. I don't care about the whole conversation of, hey, we want them to win that way this, we want them to win that way that. No, I don't want to. Lisa, I agree. Georgia's now up to my number 1, team in the nation that might give us some trouble. I would still have Alabama up there. I'm sorry. But that's if they play at the level, like at a high level. Indiana probably deserves to be up there. They just do. I'm just not sold. I'm just not sold. Hold on. Let me see something here. I just hit Funky the chat. We'll see. Funky just texted me live reaction show for the CFB thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm on here. Come on. We'll see if he comes on here. Yeah, Scoochie, they were very lucky to beat Northwestern. Yeah, Notre Dame, man, they need to get in a conference. They need to do something, especially in this 12-team playoff. And now USC and Scum talking about doing the same thing Notre Dame's doing. It's going to get wild. You can choose your own scheduling. Can you imagine if Scum could choose their own scheduling? Just imagine. I mean, with the way they operate and the lack of integrity there and just the way they operate, they will not schedule a single Power 4 football. They just will not do it. I promise you. They'll play Western Michigan every game. That's what they'll do. Man, I just cannot stand that team, bro. They're just the scum of college football, bro. The scum of college football. Is it over yet? Because it's not update. It's not updating on my my YouTube show. Is it over? Did they make Ohio State? Is it Georgia, A&M, Indiana, Ohio State? Is that what it is? For some reason I couldn't see it. Mitchell, yeah. Portnoy is the best troll I've ever seen in my life. That's what his business is built off of. I'm not into that. I don't. It's kind of like building a business off being a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like you get all your clicks and all your views off being super annoying towards as many people as possible. You don't get your information off of speaking the truth, breaking information, your breakdowns of games, your breakdowns of football. It is all, hey, how many, I will say and do whatever I have to do to make people mad. Like that is Barstool Sports in a nutshell. That is Dave Portnoy. Not all Barstool Sports employees, but that's the niche of that entire thing. But anyway, guys, that's it, man. I didn't see your guys' reaction. Do you want me to do a if I'm up for it, you guys want to do a live watch show for the Rutgers game? I need 20 yeses to do it right now in the chat. I need 20 yeses. Man, I should have said a $20 super chat. I'm not going to do that, though. You guys are hating on Portnoy so bad. I messaged him and asked him to come on the show. All right, Elijah, there's one. We got one vote. I don't think we get to 20 in the chat. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, 2 for Steely. There we go. Lisa, 3. Natural, laughing faces. Chocolate chip Scoochie, C. Is that like a yes? Like S or C-I, the Spanish C? I'm going to count it. 4. Charles, best damn band in the nation. Amen. That's only 4, guys. 5. 15 more. 6. The Natural, Pinky, 7. Is there 20 people in the chat? I don't know. I don't see them. There's 420 people watching, but they don't all get in the chat. Tank, live show. Tank gets a vote. She said yes. That's 8. Scoochie, I know what you meant. Yeah, it is all the trolls. They're not going to vote at all. Maybe I should have changed the number to 10. We're at 8. We're going to need 2 more. I don't think we can get 20. All right, Russ. There we are. What up, Russ? Dude, I knew you were lurking around somewhere, Russ. All right, y'all. Yeah, if I ain't got much going on, I don't think that I do. I'm going to do a live show. Yeah, Pinky solidified it. Yes, again. There we go. All right. I'll do a live show. Probably the whole game. Might come on here. Super chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be talking the whole time. It's just going to be a place me sitting here chilling. I'll get up, leave, go to the bathroom. There won't be people on the screen all the time. What up, Bob? But place for you guys to come chat together in there. I'll give my thoughts on the game, whatnot. It'll be super chill. I might do some type of trivia giveaway at halftime. Or no, here's what I'm going to do. Spread the word. I will do a $50 giveaway during the live stream at some point. I will ask a trivia question. And the winner of that, you have to email me your Venmo or something. You will win $50. Spread the good news. Let everybody know. But I'm out of here, y'all. So on that note, I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow. Caleb got a lot of recruiting updates. Thursday, Brady Edmonds is scheduled as of now. We'll see if that possibly changes. But he's scheduled as of now, looking to get Chris Henry and Caden Dixon Wyatt on here, Caden's mom. And also, go over to Scoop. I'm going to write my first article over there on the Braxton Rembrandt. I asked him some questions. Going to put it in a story today. So go over there and check that out, man. Hit the like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button on both channels. The Buckeye Boys with a Z, Buckeye Scoop as well. Appreciate all y'all watching. Appreciate all your support. Go Buckeyes. OHIO. Good job, Tank. Good night.